Welcome. Welcome to my channel, Limitless Being. We're here, you're limitless. Unless you think otherwise. How is everyone? I hope doing well. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry L. Welcome. I'm going to jump into a healing message, see what Spirit wants to communicate as far as the healing. Welcome. Thank you. Healing messages from Spirit at this time. Angel dipped in chocolate. Hi, honey. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Clear messages, healing messages for the collective. I just feel like this is going to be kind of a deep read. Let's go over some past energy as far as the chakras. Okay. Let's see. We have intelligence out here, self-expression, and visualization. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see. Clear messages, healing messages for the collective. Okay. In the past, there was an opportunity as far as education, flexibility. You having a expanded perception, your knowledge base. Okay, with the Page of Pentacles coming out, clarifying intelligence. Okay. This could be college, trade. This could be with this page here. Let's just see how deep this goes. Very bright, very intelligent, okay? Inquisitive as well as intuitive in your younger years. I see it here. Okay. With this 9, 4, and 5, 45 being a 9, it could have been a challenge for some to complete their educational goals or, you know, having a support system. But something was definitely started in the past. What else did we get out? There was something about cycles and karma, some type of turning point. We did get the Wheel of Fortune. Funds in August. Beautiful. Okay. Zay Chango. There was some type of turn of events. Thank you for that butterfly. That is beautiful. Cairo, thank you. Thank you for the glitter badges. Christopher and AA. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Hi. Hi, Edward. Jetta. Mathis. Hello, welcome. Okay, so yeah, some opportunities as far as expansion of your knowledge base. Wisdom for some, you could have just went into some type of learning, whether you were studying, getting to know thyself, doing occult knowledge, going back to school, like I said, a trade, a turn of events, some type of cycle you worked really hard on, and you were really diligent here, focused, or someone, okay? 8 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is focused. Okay. Mastering, committed to it, keeping a high standard, very efficient. Okay. Then we have the Hermit. Some of this knowledge base could have been, like I said, self guidance, like wisdom, getting to know yourself. I know I studied psychology to help get to know and understand the world around me as well as myself, with the Hermit coming out here. Some could not have finished their education as of yet, with this Four of Cups, feeling like they were left out or some type of missed opportunity. Discontent maybe with the course of study. What is the Four of Cups? Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Avoidance, maybe commitment. Two of Swords energy. Doubting, dealing with some type of inner conflict. Okay. Then we have self-expression, card number 5. Some type of change. There was clarity and breakthrough with this. Okay, which led to some type of emotional fulfillment. Recognition. So maybe it was a challenge to start, complete, but it's like you found your voice, became more assertive, your individuality. Okay, with this course of study or trade or whatever this is, knowledge yourself, occult knowledge. All right, this led to emotional fulfillment. Yeah. Success. 9 of Cups, Ace of Swords. Clarity, breakthrough, truth. Anything else on this self-expression? Yeah, it brought balance, justice. It was a way for you to take some accountability. Instead of projecting out like life is happening to me, you realize it's happening for you. It's whatever you make it. Thank you, Spirit. What is the Justice card with this truth and accountability? Okay. Realizing, having that voice, speaking up, standing up for yourself. Against some type of disharmony, you continue to persevere. Could have been really tough to get through. 3 of Pentacles in reverse and the 9 of Wands. Okay. Close to success. There was lack of teamwork, some type of conflict. You may not have had support from your peers, from family members, a significant other. Just obligations could have gotten away for some of you in life, okay, as far as work. Let's see. What is that 3 of Pentacles in reverse? Obligations in life. That 5 of Pentacles are material needs, paying for tuition, paying for certain courses of study, as well as trying to keep your home base covered. Hello, Tanya. Welcome. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. Justice came out, though, a breakthrough, truth, and clarity. So maybe it's just giving me a little back information. All clarifying, finding your voice, self-expression, and a new passion begun. Okay, with this course of study, this found voice, expressing yourself, being more assertive, as well as tapping into your intuition, being guided through challenging times. Last card we got off in the past energy is visualization. Okay. So we got a third eye opening, seeing a different perspective. We got finding your voice with the throat chakra. And then we have, third eye, with the visualization, and crown chakra energy with the intelligence. Okay. And throat chakra. So for visualization, there could have been someone in the past that was strategically trying to block what you were trying to manifest, what you were visualizing with that 7 of Swords. Working hard. It could have been a love interest or someone that was supposed to have some type of unconditional love for you. They could have been cunning like this, scheming against you because of all the love you had for whatever this knowledge based intelligence was, creating illusions, confusion, maybe trying to sway you from pursuing. Um, are you sure that's what you want to do? Is that going to bring you any stability or money? Are you going to find happiness in that? Coming up against your visualization, your manifestations. What's this on the, yeah, Ace of Pentacles on the fence. Maybe challenging you or not giving the support that was needed with that Ace of Pentacles coming out like that. What is the Ace of Pentacles on the fence here? Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, your support base. People you had connections with. Some type of divine union here. Four Wands. Some kind of sudden change. It's like you had to choose between going after your dreams or this person or these people's support with this Tower. And it came right back out. Yeah. There was a sudden change. Could have left you in a self-imposed prison. Doubt, worry, anxiety. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Can we get some current energy? Healing messages. Hello, Callie Diamond. Welcome. Penny. Okay. Questions? I got the Cash App donation up. I'd be happy to go into your questions. It's in the description. Thank you, Spirit. Present energy, healing messages for the collective. We have presence, love, and heart chakra. Wow. So your awareness has expanded. You're in the process of expanding it. This is an awakening, okay? You're seeing life through a different lens here. Reality, connection, your attention, and your awareness. You realize that wherever your attention goes, energy flows to that. So you may as well keep it in a positive mindset and put your awareness into the things that you want to manifest instead of what you don't want, and to be present. And that's not being in any stress, anxiety, or worry about the past or the future. Just being in the moment, okay? Some of you could have connection with animals, insects, receive certain spirit guide messages that way, realizing that everything is connected, okay? This caused a heart chakra activation. Excuse me, we have heart chakra out here twice, okay? Card number 24 with love. Extending kindness, even to those that aren't deserving, or you may perceive they're not deserving. Receiving, being open to receive, sharing your love. Okay. This is beautiful. Some of you could have a close connection with your pet. Okay. You could have a service animal. They say that there is no devotion like a devotion from a dog. I'm not really a dog person. I'm more of a cat person, but this is what they say. Okay. Let's get some messages from the tarot around this. Thank you, Spirit. Clarify presence in this present position for the collective. Being more aware. Releasing things that are not serving you. Lightening the load. Rearranging your life as you're present. This is, like I said, not worrying, not carrying any extra baggage, okay? And this is giving you the inspiration and the fortitude to move forward inspired with that Eight of Wands. That's quick movement, action, taking necessary steps, communicating, putting the work in, and releasing this weight that's coming to an end. That's a completion energy. Sorry. 10 of Wands. Okay. Anything else on this presence? A lot of inspired. This being present, this awareness that the collective is in is igniting their passion and walking away from karmic cycles. I'm hearing. Some could be leaving home, leaving their comfort zone, venturing out, knowing that you're fully, when you're present in the moment, you're not worried about the outcome. Of course, it's good to plan ahead, but once you are present and you realize the connectedness of everything, you know that it's going to go in your favor. And if it doesn't, it's not meant. Okay. But you know that you're emotionally walking away, disconnecting from things that are keeping you in this Ten of Wands energy, lowering your vibration. Okay. Could be searching for truth, inner truth, truth in the situation, letting something go. Thank you, Spirit. Or making a decision to do this with that Two of Wands. Okay. Heart chakra activation, card number 22 and 24. You could have a deep, with this heart chakra coming out here and love following it, you could have a deep awareness of family issues, things that have made you who you are in this present moment from your journey. Okay. Some type of forgiveness from a family, being open to forgive them, releasing any weight, any projections from a family or a family dynamic, someone you have a family with. If not, this is what Spirit is guiding. Okay. Two cats and they are just as loving and devoted. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. What kind of cats, Cheryl? I had just a short hair, gray, and I had a calico. The short hair was a male, and the calico was a female. And that female, them calicos are spicy. Yeah, this is causing, this heart activation that's happening is allowing you to take this leap of faith. You know, instead of holding on to resentment, burdens, whatever family situation, it could involve children. This could have been some type of heart blockage since you were a child, okay, to do with a family dynamic here. You're having a renewal here, which is putting you in a very stable, grounded place. Once you unblock your heart chakra, then your money can flow. So these cards are coming out in like divine synchronicity. That heart chakra is healed and open to heal. Abundance is able to flow in. Can we get clarity around this Ten of Pentacles? Could have something to do with a mother figure. The Queen of Pentacles is a matriarch energy. TW. Just kitties, gray rescues. The calico we had was spiced. I see. Yep, I got mine from a garage sale. It was like I guess you got like a flea market. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they were kittens at the time. But there's a new beginning. You may have a mother figure also that wants to come in and offer some type of apology, or just a matriarch in a family. It doesn't have to be your mother. It can be an aunt, a feminine energy. For some of you. Clear messages around this queen. of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit. Emerald, yes, happy Mother's Day. Oh, none of them said happy Mother's Day to me, but that's fine. I released them with love and celebrate. Yes, that's what Spirit is saying here. Sometimes we have to accept that apology we never receive. My condolences, Cheryl. You're always connected. She's in you. That mitochondrial DNA. Know that. Okay. Yes, happy Mother's Day, Honey Locks. Thank you. Forgiveness. Accepting apologies that you never received. It frees you up. It helps you balance. Thank you, Felicia. When you go in and you see that everything is in divine order, that Angel, thank you. Happy Mother's Day as well. When you get a bird's eye view of your life, your journey, your path, your experiences. There are things that you may hold on to. It was hard to emotionally release. With that presence card, you realize that the only real time is the present now. That's why it's called the present as a gift. If you harbor bitterness, pain, resentment from the past, you bring it into your present moment, and you just keep repeating a cycle. But stepping into this presence awareness, it gives you a bird's eye view of your whole path, your journey, and everything that you went through. Not everyone is in the awareness of knowing they have a pre-life birth plan. But if you are, you realize that it happened for you. It's a soul contract. You incarnated so that you could learn lessons. Your soul could expand and grow. Thank you, Felicia. And these are the things that are most challenging to us. Okay? Very challenging. And you carry this weight for too long. Instead of putting it down, it will affect your health. Okay? A closed heart chakra may start out as hypertension. Okay? Then it can manifest into valve malformation. Then it can go as far as your arteries being clogged and ultimately end up in like a heart attack. You could have strokes. Okay, that's divine source energy flowing through you. Like I say in like every other reading, on ultrasound after conception, the SA node is formed. That's the flutter. That's the top. You have 4 chambers of your heart. That top right corner is what they first pick up. That's source energy. And then the whole fetus forms around that. So when you don't forgive, when you hold on to burdens and not walk away and accepting certain lessons, it leads to dis-ease, okay? That manifests as physical, like chronic long-term health issues. And we're talking about the heart here, the cardiovascular system, circulation, all that. But the collective looks like they're in a heart activation, a renewal. This leads to a leap of faith, okay? Putting you in a stable position. Like I said, it could have had to do with the matriarch energy, okay? Something from your youth, all right, involving a family or a family line. It could have been generational curses that you signed up to break, all right? But renewing and releasing, you integrate your shadow, okay? Thank you, Felicia. And the dark horse, or in some cards it's a sphinx. The dark one is your shadow, okay? The light one is your higher aspect of yourself. Once you balance those two out, you accept yourself wholeheartedly, your journey, your experiences. Could have been missed opportunities with education. Your voice could have been silenced with this self-expression. It could have clouded your perception with this visualization that any and everything is possible. Okay. Once you integrate and balance that out, there's success. Chariot came out upright. Yes, yin and yang, balance. Felicia, absolutely. You broke your generational curses. Wonderful, Cheryl. Yep. You're in better health now at 79 than you were 10 years ago. I know that's right. Yeah, 52 and single and looking for a wife. Okay. Yes. Jennifer, all questions, just shoot through the Cash App as far as the donation. I'll be happy to answer. But yeah, this is beautiful energy. If you have not done this, Spirit is saying to surrender, okay, and go through the healing process. The last one we have out in the present energy is love. Okay, giving kindness, being open to receive it. You know, when we walk around and harbor certain resentment, we get that reflected right back. And we want to know why everybody is acting like an a-hole or why people are. It's you, love. It's just you being reflected. It could be subconscious, you know, unconscious, and you don't know. Spirit is saying go through that healing energy. Be present in the moment. Okay? You want to know what your future entails? You got to create it. When you do that, you are consciously aware that your thoughts are creating your reality. So that you're going to get more of whatever you're creating at the moment. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Clarify love. Part number 24. This is coming into harmony, balance. 24 is 6. That's union. That's being of service. 6th house energy. Your health. 6th house rules the health, rules service. 6 in numerology is sex or union. Being open to being a healthy union. Okay? Healthy relationships in general. Love, intimate ones, family. Love for self first. You can't love anyone until you truly love yourself. And that's been activated, showing up as a Queen of Cups, male or female. Okay? Compassionate, warmth, caring, very intuitive, empathetic, in the flow, supportive, and a healer. And you get to that energy by healing yourself. And it's hard to forgive anyone until you forgive yourself. Okay? Don't let other people's projections stop you from your forward movement. They're just projecting from an unhealed place. You know? People that are mean and bitter, cantankerous and vicious. I see you said they sent death spells. Those are people that need a big old hug. It don't mean you have to give them one. You can just hold space for them, you know, and put that clear boundary up until they meet you there. Or you just release them in love, but you work on you. All is self. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. Clarify that Queen of Cups with love in a present position for the collective. New passionate beginning. Okay? Being energetic, fearless. All right? Going through a period of self-discovery, cheerful, fresh ideas, a young spirit. Page of Wands energy. Because truthfully, you are your younger self, yourself before your ego was formed. They say the ego was formed, thank you, Felicia, between the ages of birth and 7. Unless there's trauma, then the ego will formulate itself quicker to protect. But once you go through an ego death, the only way to really step into this heart chakra energy activation is to go through an ego death. Doesn't mean you kill the whole ego off. It's just balancing it. knowing that it makes a wonderful servant, but a dangerous master. You're remembering who you were before you had a name, a gender, a race. Race is an illusion, but before you came from a country, you know, that is who you truly are. And to get to this type of energy, you go through an ego death, like a reset. Thank you, Spirit. Delays, 9 of Wands, due to like a lack of planning, not having the progress, going through setbacks, unexpected delays. We got a 3 of Wands in reverse. Dealing with frustration and obstacles. Let's clarify what this is. Thank you, Spirit. Clear messages for the collective. Cheryl, I can relate. Same story here, my love. Let it go so that it can come to you in a different form. You know, the Buddhists say that attachment is the root to all suffering. Even though we know something is not right, know that it will be made fair and balanced with your forgiveness and release. When you can release something that was, whatever is challenging you, you know it wasn't right. You know that it was supposed to work out, go down a whole different way. That is your test. If you can release that, the universe will give it to you tenfold, 10 times over. Okay? That's the test. And believe it or not, we signed up for that type of test. It's heartbreaking and heart-wrenching as that is. Okay? You don't want to end up sick. Spirit is saying to release that for your health, your well-being. Okay? Look at your body as a bioorganic computer. That's what it is. All right? It has to function and operate a certain way. Balance is the only way. Homeostasis to keep it healthy. When things are emotionally blocking your passion, your love, your creativity, it's taking a toll on your body, your physical health. All diseases start within, then they manifest outside. Okay? And the pharmaceutical companies, the doctors, they make a fortune off of you. Okay? You can heal yourself. We make ourselves sick and we can heal ourselves as well. Not saying modern medicine isn't a beautiful thing, because it is for certain people. All right? I'm talking to the collective here. All right? And I've been a nurse a very long time. So, you know, I practice part of practice of the Western medicine system, but I have shifted more to holistic healing after going through my awakening, seeing things happen in my bloodline that I was not about to let happen to me. Okay? So, and that's exactly what we're speaking of. This 3 of Wands, these delays, things not working out, Spirit is saying to surrender, be open to receive, okay, from something heart-wrenching, painful, and toxic. Someone wanting to keep you in that lower energy just where they are. It's a test, beloved, okay? A test you signed up for. You went and designed the whole blueprint, believe it or not. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. Okay? You know, reading this card is saying, you know, depression and loss, hurt, broken. Broken stood out to me. One of the things my mentor said was, the bigger the hole in the heart, after you heal it, the brighter the light shines through. And it only takes one flame, one candle to light 1,000. All right? Remember those things, collective. Or you're on a continuous cycle and the body gives out at some point. Consciousness doesn't die, but the body, it has its time. It has an expiration date. Yes. It's just repeating itself. 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Being in the energy of giving. Okay? Generosity, openness. letting go of financial insecurities and greed or overspending as a way to compensate, being reckless. Okay. There's any coping happening. Heartbreak and betrayal can be very painful, and sometimes we can find ourselves on a cycle of destruction. With that devil card, that speaks of lower nature. Okay, our 3 lower chakras: the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus. In those chakras, if you spend your time in toxic, low vibrational energy, you could overcompensate with eating, drinking, having sex, spending, having a big, massive ego, hurting people because you're hurt. Okay? Spirit is saying to go ahead and release that. Practice generosity. Come from a loving, nurturing place. The delays that you focus on, that you hold on to, you create more of that for tomorrow and the next day and the next day. It's just a change in the perspective. You take supplements and you only take what kind of prescription? IRX? What's that? Yes. Okay. Anything else on this? Advice for the collective, healing messages. Thank you, Spirit. Conflict, competition. You can endure this. It's at the bottom. Bring in some type of balance to end this. Okay. What's the saying? Once you conquer or tame or overcome the enemy within, the one outside can't hurt you anymore. Okay? Understand and overstand that our reality that we experience, our day-to-day interactions, are a reflection of where we are vibrating. Okay? We have energy coming in. We adapt a certain frequency by our lifestyle, the things that we choose with our free will to do, partake in, tolerate, deal with. And then that denotes our vibration. And with that vibration, you have certain experiences mirrored back to you. Spirit is saying to balance out conflict in your material realm, conflict at work, conflict with responsibilities. The first thing that came out was perception, education, knowledge, and being flexible. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Yes, Ashe. Everything is happening in divine order. You have to trust the timing of your life. Okay? This conflict I'm speaking on could be conflict within. Spirit saying there's an ending to that. You can choose to end that for a rebirth, a new beginning, a healthy way of living, and love by being present in the moment. Yes. Okay. Anytime you feel anxiety, stress, fear, anger, frustration, worry, ask yourself, am I present? Is there an imminent threat right now? Did they drop the bomb? Are we in World War III? Is there a pack of wolves behind me? Like, what's really happening? Are you present? Most times not. Thank you, Spirit. And step into that natural born leader energy that you are, not feeling defeated about anything. Okay? Very charming, charismatic, taking control, being optimistic, looking at the big picture thinking. Thank you, Spirit. Let me move some of these. I'm running out of room. Okay. Once you take responsibility of everything that's happening in your reality, nothing can hold you back. Sometimes we just got to learn how to get out of our own way, and it's in perception. Thank you, Spirit. Clear healing messages for the collective future energy. emotional balance, self-esteem, and action. Look at that. Finding balance in these emotions. Just realize, okay, emotions are energy in motion. Let them flow. Just observe them. You're the observer of your emotions. You're not them. You're not your feelings, your thoughts, or your emotions. You observe them. Okay? You let them go. All your feelings and everything are valid, but the ones that are not serving you, let them go. Release them in love. Say, nice try. I release that. I'm going to replace this with a healthy thought or a healthy memory of a good time, an emotion when I felt wonderful. This is speaking of stability, harmony, peace, and fluidity. Being in a natural flow state. And that already came out with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is in the flow. Okay. Then we have self-esteem. Taming that solar plexus. Having courage, confidence, self-love, self-worth, balance, pride. Okay. Not letting anyone project onto you, tell you you're not less than this, that, or the other. Knowing who you are and standing in it. Okay. And then after that, we have action. Taking the action. Okay. Thank you. Daniel, thank you. Yes, these are 7, 9. I got to count here. Yeah, 9 is 27 is a 9. I'm like, brain, slow down. That's emotional fulfillment. Emotional fulfillment. With emotional fulfillment comes abundance. Okay, comes 10 of Pentacles energy. All right. Self-esteem is card number 21. That's a 3. Manifesting, manifesting from a confident self-esteem, a healthy self-esteem, knowing your self-worth, knowing your pride, not settling for anything less, okay? Being fearlessly confident, okay? Knowing that it's not what it is, it's whatever you say it is, all right? And then action, card number 3. And that's putting those manifestations that came from your courage, your endurance, and your willpower into action. All right. Movement, perseverance, discipline, being motivated. We have to set our disciplinary schedules out, write it out. All right. Like I said, we're in full moon energy. It's a good time to write out parchment paper, brown paper bag, the things that you want to release, that you're going to release, okay? And know that it's going to happen, and then take the next necessary action, movement, stay disciplined, persevere. Those days when you don't want to do something, do it anyway, okay? Daniel, I try and go live pretty much every day. I might take a day or 2 off in a row because of my work. It takes a lot out. Yes, set boundaries, Mally. Yes, Malibu. And keeping, standing on it. Exactly. Thank you. Solar plexus energy is firm boundaries. Standing on them. Okay. The people that it's hardest to keep those boundaries up with, those are your tests. Those are your lessons. Okay. It's usually the people closest to you, the people that you love very much. Okay. Cheryl. Yes. Crying is very healthy. Okay. It's a release. And when you're a light worker, a chosen one, you living in purpose and from a heart space, those that made you cry, boy, they better be careful. I'm telling you. But it's a very healthy thing. The ones that can't cry are the ones that are weak. Know that. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Please clarify emotional balance for the collective. High Priestess energy. We got a King of Pentacles in reverse. Finding emotional balance, stability after dealing with someone who may have exploited you. Possessive, very corrupt energy here. Okay. Bribery. Okay. And a light worker. Too much empath. Yeah. Always been super sensitive. I know. Yeah. Okay, Daniel. Yes. It was a King of Pentacles, okay, in reverse, that could have led to this journey of you finding emotional balance. Somebody that could have exploited your emotional, nurturing, empathetic energy. Someone very corrupt, okay. I'm hearing big talker, big spender energy with this financially inept. I've known someone in my career that on the outside it looked really good, but it was like a house of cards. And I've heard this person admit that. And this was and know when you have people in your life, everyone that you meet is a soulmate. Okay? Doesn't mean you have to be intimate, but those people that you work with, do business with, interact with, see when you're at the gym, whatever you're doing, and these people are triggering this type of high priestess intuitive energy where you have to rely on your inner knowing, on the divine to deal with, to get through certain situations. They are lessons. It's working in your favor. Okay? They can't trigger you if there's no wound there. Okay? So it's something that you need to heal, process, release. And they're there to teach you that. You realize that you have no friends and you have no enemies. You only have teachers on this journey we call life. Thank you, Spirit. Someone you don't have good memories with here. Okay? Someone who is stuck in the past, kept you stuck in the past. Unrealistic. Okay? Inability to let go and forgive, very clingy energy. Okay? This could be a father figure. This could be a business partner, someone you work with, however it applies. Okay? Family, friend. All right? You intuitively knew that you had to find balance. No good memories, 6 of Cups, but definitely someone from your past, someone you could have known for a long time. For some that go that deep, from a previous lifetime. Okay? This is why it's important to do the work. We think we have time. Consciousness is infinite. It's never going to go anywhere. All we're going to carry out of here is our memories. And every time you blink, it's like the camera taking a picture. Okay? You'll leave with your memories. So sometimes you reincarnate with certain people to help learn that lesson. Do it this time. Do it this time. Look at that. And in doing it, the cycle closes out. World card. That's beautiful. 111. I missed it. Yes. Yeah. Finding a sense of belonging in your emotional balance, having harmony and fulfillment. You could be traveling, seeing the world different, the bigger picture, evolving, integrating. Beautiful. World card energy. Thank you, Spirit. Please clarify self-esteem for the collective. Ten of Cups in reverse. So it could have been a relationship that fell apart, that wasn't loving, that wasn't nurturing. Could be family. Ten of Cups represents family. The things that we go through in our younger life, in our childhood, set the stage for the choices, the type of partners, type of friends, type of work we do, co-workers. It sets the stage. Somebody had a big hit to their self-esteem. Did not know their worth. But in this future position, doing this healing, you do now. Okay? Let's get clarity around this 10 of Pentacles, or 10 of Cups in reverse here. It's family trouble. Some type of disconnect. Okay? Misaligned value system, broken, struggling relationships, unhappy home, separation, disharmony. Took a major toll in your self-esteem. Thank you, Spirit. You moved on from this for your mental health, your mental and emotional well-being. Deep period of introspection so you could gain a new perspective. Know your true worth with this 9 of Pentacles peeking out behind it. That you could be self-sufficient, independent, successful. Okay? What else we got here? Look at that. Strength, courage, endurance coming out on the self-esteem, the solar plexus energy. Same energy. Taming the beast within. The one outside can't hurt you anymore. Last card, 8 of Swords. Healing, moving past anxiety, self-imposed prison, self-imposing limiting belief systems, thoughts about your success, stability, happiness, abundance. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. And then the last card we have out is action. All right? Putting the plan into motion, being motivated, persevering, being disciplined. All right? Finding balance. Look at that. And relying on a higher source, on prime source creator energy here with the Hierophant and Temperance Angel. Okay. I did not see any sacral chakra. What's at the bottom? No. More solar plexus. Listening to your gut, knowing. Okay? Balancing out whatever blockages or limitations that kept you from knowing. Being able to trust yourself. Grand Rising and Antoinette. Knowing yourself. Okay? You gain that through your spiritual wisdom practices. For some of you, religion. The Hierophant upright speaks of tradition. Okay? Some of you could have had a blow to your self-esteem because you're on a spiritual path instead of that of religion. Okay? The sacred text is sacred, just that. Man has distorted who we are in a sense of the connection to the divine through religion. Okay, it doesn't mean the text is not valid. It is. I'm speaking of the Bible. But religion has a way of taking your power from you and putting it to an external source. The divine is within you, flowing through you. Everyone you meet in your reality, okay, is God in the flesh. Animal, creature, plant, inanimate object. It's all energy. Okay? That energy comes from the source. Knowing that, you can bring balance into your life. You can temper. Live from a serene, tranquil place. Have moderation. Balance. This is coming out on the root chakra. So there could have been a lot of instability. Instability in relationships. Instability in home. Jobs. I gotta do this puzzle. Has a haul. What? I think it's the pine cone TikTok. I don't know. What you asking me? Yep, that was it. So there could have been instability. In a future position, you're showing up as bringing balance to your root chakra. Okay, Maslow's pyramid. Thank you. Voice 1. Thank you. Beautiful. The hand hearts. Thank you. Bringing stability to the root chakra. after a period of instability, like I said, your home, your job, Maslow pyramid hierarchy. That's what I was going to talk about, like Psychology 101. They teach you to get to self-actualization. That will be your crown chakra being activated. You have to go from the bottom up, and that's the way you should heal your chakras, from the bottom up. Opening your crown before everything else below it is balanced can lead to psychosis, ungrounded. They got diagnoses for that. I'm just a nurse. I'm not a doctor. TikTok, listen, medical system, don't come for me. But it's important to heal your base up, okay? The root, and then work all the way up to the crown. So there's balance and stability coming into your base chakra, this one. All right. And so there's balance. And with that root chakra, this is balance in your body, your health. It reflects. You want to know what's going on in the subconscious mind? Take a look at someone's body. That's how you know. Okay? That is your root chakra. Thank you, Spirit. Clarify the Hierophant. Spiritual wisdom, religious beliefs, traditions, convention, conformity, education, belief systems, knowledge base. Maybe at one point having a lack of long-term vision, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, led to instability. Spirit is saying there's balance and healing, restoration in this future position for that, okay? Experiencing a period of lack of growth, giving up too soon, being lazy, experiencing setbacks, okay? Low efforts, impatient. There's a balance here. Release and surrender and rely on the divine, okay, to help bring balance to that. Anything else on this Seven of Pentacles in reverse with the Hierophant? Thank you, Spirit. Clear messages. Okay. Finding independence. Balancing out any over-partying, having no support, being in solitude, dealing with scandals, okay? Being forced to conform. Three of Cups in reverse. So you're releasing those things for happiness, a renewal, a new beginning. Those things that may have led to instability or lack of action, planning, being perseverant, being disciplined. Yeah. You're taking accountability with the judgment, going through a transformation in this future position. Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful. I got chills. Beautiful energy. I'm going to get a light worker oracle out, because I'm definitely reading for the star seeds, the light workers, the indigo children, the crystals, the star seeds. Thank you, Spirit. Clear messages. You're welcome. We have initiation by air. Thank you, Spirit. Card number 24. It's a little longer read. The Spirit is saying to go ahead and read it. Page 78. Okay, initiation by air collective. You have a strong and powerful mind, okay? The mind can be a great asset. It can bring comfort, peace, and strength as you take your spiritual journey. It can also be a dark and destructive force, undermining your power, making you doubt your own heart, and keeping you trapped in fear. The mind, developed without a loving spiritual practice, can be a frightening weapon rather than a liberating sword. How will you choose to use your mind power? Know that the mind, the brain, is a processor. Okay? You don't have true intelligence in your mind. Your intelligence comes from source. You being open to receive. You having disciplined spiritual practices. Get up early. Eat good food. Get in the sun. You get downloads. Okay? You can study stay in these books. All this knowledge and information is already in you. To receive that, Spirit is saying, okay, let me just keep reading. I'm about to go off on a tangent, y'all. All right. Your mind can become more spacious and luminous if you practice emptying it on a regular basis. The radiant mind can be a mighty warrior against fear and despair, encouraging you with thoughts of optimism. When not given a chance to empty, however, the mind becomes overwhelmed with pre forgive me, y'all, perpetuated by mass media, okay, which is invested in controlling others and manipulating them by fear. That goes back to that emotions. Things start off as a thought, transmission comes in, you have a thought, and the mind, acting as a processor, is going to process a past experience, and then you'll make a decision based on an unhealthy emotion, okay? This is why it's important to observe your thoughts. You're not your thought, your feelings, okay? You're the observer of them. You are looking from a place behind the eyes through source energy that's flowing through you, okay? Yes, controlling others and manipulating them by fear. This initiation, which liberates and opens the mind, empowers advanced souls to free themselves from manipulation and control. The hallmark of dysfunctional society is that the mind is expected to dominate the inclinations of the heart rather than serve it. The mind can be trained to be a great manager, creator, defender of what has genuine value to the heart. But the power to feel what has meaning for us, what moves us enough to rise above our fears and risk growth, comes from the heart, not the mind. When the mind is given the task to feel and the heart is told not to feel, paralysis, confusion, and discomfort are experienced, okay? As you enter into this initiation, you will feel the need to step back from what you have been taught and to learn to question what you once held to be true. Yes, when you go through an awakening, you realize that you have to relearn everything. All right. And the more conscious you become, you realize you don't know anything and you're open to receive everything that way. Okay. As you disengage from habitual mental patterns, you will begin to observe your thoughts rather than be swept up by them. Soon you will begin to experience yourself as a peaceful, steady light of love that you are in truth. Will the mind go through its motions? Yes. The ego don't want to die. It wants to stay in the driver's seat. It does not want to get in the back. Don't fight your mind. Observe your thoughts. Release the ones that are not serving you. Okay? However, there is no need to be afraid of this. One step at a time. Your spirit shall guide your mind back towards peace. You will change the way you relate to your own mind, becoming more empowered. As you soften the strident actions of the mind, you will see that you can use your mental gifts wisely, rather than allowing them to cause you pain. Those who have strong mental energies can accomplish much in terms of communication, intention, invention, creativity, but they often also suffer from destructive self-talk and mental obsessions. They may even be addicted to thinking, which can wear them out and create cravings for sugar that can lead to depression and illness. Instead, it is much better for regularly take time out from the mind and be in the moment. Be present. Okay. Where am I? Okay, instead, it's much better to regularly take time out from the mind and be in the moment, feeling energized, playful, and at peace. Okay, your mind is a powerful creature. Tame it with persistence, compassion, kindness, and strength. Give yourself rest and an opportunity to switch off and empty your mind as regularly as you can. I don't know why I can't say the word regular. There is no need to judge or despair, okay? This is an advanced initiation and one that is brought to you only when you're ready. Consider it a sign of spiritual progress. The world will benefit from you as you learn to handle your mental energies more constructively. This oracle is indeed an omen of greater peace and happiness in your imminent future. The invocation for this card: I call upon the unconditionally loving ones to help me empty and refresh my mind, renewed in eternal love. May I express my freedom in making wise decisions that create joy and love in me and in the world. I ask for divine mercy, compassion, protection, and instruction to assist me in bringing my mind into a loving consciousness. May the light of the divine shine unobscured through my mind, bringing peace to the world. May the unconditional loving helpers of humanity help bring light, healing, and joy to the minds of all. Through my own free will, so it be. Beautiful energy. Whew, it was a pleasure to read this. I thank you all for being here. I love you all. I hope you have a grand rising. And I'm going to go ahead and end this live now. And I will see you after the sun comes up.